And here we've had exceptional badminton on court 2. Day 3 action, round 2 action. We're only into our 4th match of the day. That's women's singles with the number 8 seed Tomoka Miyazaki taking on Chinese Taipei's Wen Chi Hsu. That's the match coming up. We've had 2 marathon matches in the earlier games. As we see this women's singles draw at the bottom quarter, the winner of this match between Chinese Taipei and Japan will take on either Wardani or Vieira of Brazil in round 3. Of course, Wang Ziyi and Kusala V. Sindhu, potential quarterfinal opponents. Tomoka Miyazaki, just 19 years of age, playing in her first World Championships, up against 27-year-old Wen Chi Hsu. Well, there is Wen Chi Hsu, who's familiar to the World Championship stage, having played in the previous edition. More familiar than her opponent, I should say. But will have her work cut out after Miyazaki, certainly one of the dark horses for this tournament. You see that head-to-head, it stands at 1-0, and it's Wen Chi Hsu who won their last one and only meeting back at the Side Modi International.
Service, and this side, that side.
Oh, so Wen Chi Hsu winning the toss, choosing to serve. Miyazaki has opted to change to the far side. And, wow. That last meeting is at Side Modi International back in 2023 in the second round. Wen Chi Hsu won at 21-9, 21-14. That was the only time these two have met. And since then, it'd be fair to say Miyazaki has grown leaps and bounds. Wen Chi Hsu, 27 years of age, from Taipei, Chinese Taipei, ranked 36th in the world at the moment, has gone up as high as 16, broke into the top 20 back in January of 2023. A win-loss record of 9-12 this year, just 43% of matches won. And in the second round, it stands at 1-3, as we saw there. Second World Championships appearance. Last edition lost in the second round to Internon, 19-19. Beat Vivian Sandorazzi in the first round. Look at that, it was a long match, 52 minutes. Took her 3 games to do it. She's come through. Miyazaki didn't have an easy go either in her first round match. 19 years of age, from Osaka, ranked 8th in the world at the moment, has climbed up to 6th back in June this year. As I mentioned, first World Championships for her. The win-loss record of 26-12 this year, 68% matches won. Look at that. Neslihan Arin in the first round, and Miyazaki needed over an hour to come back from a game down to beat her. It was a tough match over on court 1. In the second round, she has a win-loss record of 6-10, so 60% of matches won. Daniel Law will be the umpire for this match, and he's joined in the service judges chair by Latif Johari, while I am joined in the co-commentators chair by Bobby Griffin, who I missed very much at the start of today, because I'm sure you would have had some huge insight into the matches we've just witnessed.
I would have loved to have been here, particularly for that opening mixed doubles here on court 2. What a day we've got already on court 2. You've mentioned the word marathon. You know, that hardly goes to describe some of the matches we've seen. We're into 4¼ hours and we're only 3 matches down. It's amazing. Yeah, I mean, I've been here waiting with bated breath to get on air for 2½ hours now. It's quite incredible.
Ooh, welcome to join me.
This one's going to be interesting. I wasn't convinced by Miyazaki's performance in round 1. She is very young. A lot of expectation and perhaps pressure has been put on Miyazaki over the last few years since that incredible performance as a 16-year-old to become world junior champion. A couple of years young. Wasn't able to defend it the following year and didn't actually play in last year's World Junior Championships, although she qualified for it, being that still underage, so to speak, a year ago, because she's already been on the World Tour. I mean, that's that in itself says what she and the Federation of Japan have got lined up for this potential future superstar in Tomoka Miyazaki. However, she is still young, and that comes across sometimes in her play. She can be very up and down, and we saw that against Arian on day one. We see it quite often on the tour where she almost throws games away. She can make 10 unforced errors in a row at times, and then she looks like the world's best player 10 minutes later. What will happen today, who knows?
Chinese Taipei. Wen Chi to serve. Level.
Wen Chi will serve to get the second round underway.
So over.
Straight away.
1 love.
Gets into the attack, Miyazaki.
Yeah, and the battle cries are already going from the Japanese side. It's always nice as a viewer, a commentator, any sort of badminton fan to have players out there that wear their emotions on their sleeves. Tomoka Miyazaki is definitely one of them. Whether it's a point she wins or a point she loses, it's written all over her face, her body language, and so you really get involved in the match with her, and that's always a joyous experience. I think Wen Chi is going to have a work cut out for her today if Miyazaki's on form and finding the court consistently.
2-1.
Wen Chi's only second round win this year came at the Indonesia Masters when she beat Ponpawi Chochuwong in 3 games, and well, she'll be looking to harness some of that energy against Miyazaki here, who's 28 places above her. It's called in, and Wen Chi has decided to challenge. But maybe in the case of Miyazaki, Bobby, that first round would hopefully have been a wake-up call, that it came down to being so close, so tight against a player who was further down the ranks than, say, someone like Wen Chi.
Yeah, look, I mean, there are certain federations around the world in areas where perhaps they haven't had a history of top-quality badminton players, but there are so many countries now that are really pushing. You just have to look at some of the continental championship results, players making the latter stages of those tournaments, to understand that we've actually got challengers from all over the world. Medalists at the European Championships, from Dinata, for example. You look at, that's just confirmation that that's out. There's great players coming out of South America. And the Turkish player that took Miyazaki, let's not just put that down to a poor performance from Miyazaki. It was also a very good performance from, was it Nezdehan?
Yep, Arian.
Arian, yes. And they're all improving, and that's a really good sign for world badminton. But that being said, somebody at this quality, Tomoka Miyazaki, she's been as high as 6 in the world. She's still inside the top 10, a seed here. And she'll be a little disappointed with not asserting herself on the tournament on the first day as she would have hoped.
All right, now the errors are flowing off the Japanese racket.
5-1.
Wen Chi is the one making all the right moves. And if you think about the fact that at the last World Championships, Wen Chi played Ratchanok Intanon in round 2, and it was a close loss, 19-21, 19-21. You certainly know that Wen Chi can
Service over. 2-5.
match up to any top 10 player, give them a fight.
Yeah, and I think form says a lot. You have to take a really close look at what happened on the day or on that week. You look at Wen Chi's arguably her best performance, which you mentioned, the Indonesia Masters earlier this year, and there are some impressive opponents in there. On her day, Go Jinwei can be a brilliant player, as can Chochuwong, as can Putri Wardani. And Wen Chi got through all of those to get to the semi-final, to lose to the Korean Sim Yoo-jin. But if you actually take a closer look at what happened that week, some of those performances from those opponents, and again, we're looking at slightly erratic opponents, all of them, in fact. If they all have a slightly off day, you can understand a more consistent player like Su Wen Chi coming through, and that is in part what happened in Indonesia.
Well left by Miyazaki, and now she's leveled the score.
5-all.
Right back in it. 5-all. Change of direction from Miyazaki. That was smart play. Su Wen Chi looked happy to sit back, just play the clears, and then she changes direction. And that just sort of opens up the court for Miyazaki. She takes the lead for the first time since One Love.
That's the sort of rally where I feel Miyazaki almost has to base her badminton on the sort of process in which she goes about her business here. She's fast. She's got all the shots. She's hopefully now grown into her body, or perhaps she's still growing. I'm not sure, but to me, having witnessed that performance in Santander in 22, the World Junior Championships, yes, she was 16. She soon went on to the senior tour, not long after that, really. She's actually grown about a foot since then. And whilst we talk about the erratic behaviour sometimes of junior players, and you can appreciate it, because just having that level of consistency is a bit more difficult, and knowing instinctively what to choose in a pressured situation can go a bit wrong. There's also the physical aspect. And as I mentioned, if she's still growing, or has grown over the last 2 years, your body's going through changes. Physically, it's hard to adapt and deal with, and I think that in part can be an excuse, if you like, as to missing a few shots here and there, or having a inconsistent performance on a given day. That's lovely.
9-6.
Tiniest backhand deception. That's a double net shot, if you like.
Well, she's won 8 of the last 9 points, Miyazaki. Yep. And Su Wen Chi is showing some signs of struggle.
6.
Yeah, she's feeling that pressure early on in this match already, Su Wen Chi. Almost a there's a thinking of, how do I beat this girl? You know, how do I put the shuttle on the floor, because she just seems to be everywhere.
7-10.
She can't count on the previous experience she had at in Lucknow, because that was a very different Miyazaki back in November 2023. And then what we see now, the growth that Miyazaki has had in this last year, it's been very impressive.
Yeah, and that was a big period for her, from the summer through to the end of 2023. She'd already won the World Junior Championships, as we said, a couple of years young. She was going into the next one as the top seed and the best junior player in the world, still a year young. Lost out in the quarters that year to Handoyo of Indonesia, who's been pretty quiet on the senior tour. You know, we haven't seen a lot of her yet. She got through to the final. She lost out in the final to Opat Neithputh of Thailand, who again was fairly young at the time, but expected to see her more on the World Tour as well. And now we see Miyazaki, a solid sort of top 10 player. You're kind of wondering where these other top players are, when they're going to evolve into the Open tournaments.
Clock to 20 seconds. Clock to 20 seconds. Coaches, return to your chair.
Quick 11-7 lead for Tomoka Miyazaki. Just 9 minutes played in this opening half.
Players back on clock.
She's trying to exert control, assert herself. Something that she has done pretty well.
11,
First half
7.
of the opener.
Play. Serves over. 8-11.
Miyazaki, second round has been a bit of a bumpy round for her. Think about the second round. 3 of the last tournaments that she's played, she's lost in the second round. Japan Open, the home tournament, lost to Wardani. Straight games. Indonesia Open to Gao Fangzhe, 3. And Singapore Open to Michelle Lee in straight games. A little blip in her consistency.
Fighting hard here in this rally. This is another epic.
Service over. 12-8.
Nice.
Good variation from the Japanese. Oh, that's lovely. Great shot from Hsu and Chi.
Serves over. 9-12.
That's certainly something that she'll want to do a bit more of in this match. Just reverse slice as she took that forehand drop shots and kept it straight. For all purposes, it looked like the shot was going to go the other way, and that deception getting the better of Miyazaki there.
Just missed that. Looking for the
12.
drop. Miyazaki. Last tournament was the China Open for the Japanese player, where she lost in the first round to Sindhu in 3 games. I remember that one. She's played a lot of badminton this year. Miyazaki.
Service over.
38 matches all in all.
13-10.
Nice controlled finish. Yeah, Miyazaki's actually competed in the most amount of tournaments in terms of total tournaments played to make up her ranking than anybody else. Inside, I'm still going down to
14.
Well, I'm in
10.
top 50 now. Akashi Kashyap's played 21 tournaments from India. and she's 49th in the world. And other than that, anybody above her, nobody has played more tournaments than Tomoka Miyazaki. It's quite amazing.
15-10.
Of course, you play more tournaments, the average points, you can choose your best 10. If you like, it's taking the best 10. So the more you play, the more chance you've got of, you know, getting to the odd quarter-final more than other people that are playing only, say, 10 or 15 tournaments.
And I guess at her age, you can understand that strategy because she probably bounces back from these physical encounters so much better. You know, she can afford to play more matches, more tournaments, because her ability to recover is so much faster.
Yeah, I'd agree with that for sure. It also suggests that technically she's pretty much where she needs to be, because if there are things, specific stats players want to improve on, it's hard to do that on the road, and hard to employ those changes in tournaments if you're just moving on to another tournament and then another tournament. You need to go home for a week and sit with coaches and learn and develop. And some players, as we've seen at the very top of the tree, Han Se-young's played only 12, as has Chen Yufei. I think Kunlavut again has only played something similar. And we go back 10 years to 15 years, and the average number of tournaments played is only between 10 and 15 across the course of a year to make up your ranking. Now these players, as they get to
is a lot of tournaments.
yeah, and that's now. I mean, we're going to get into 25 and towards 30 by the time we get to the World Tour finals. Almost double what players were doing back in 2010 to 2015.
Oh, she's just got the back line.
Tomoka Miyazaki
Fearing that she would have missed it. Miyazaki has.
I thought she might have missed that. It's close, this.
Miyazaki has challenged it. She might have just got the back line. The line judges have been pretty good today with their calls. Not many corrections on the far end, especially.
Correction out.
That one is a good challenge.
Yeah, great challenge.
20.
Those are the ones to challenge.
Game points.
I don't like the challenges made when, particularly in singles, when you've lifted it to your opponent's rear court or cleared it to the rear court, and it's taken quite a long time, of course, to fall and either, you know, land inside or on the line or behind the line. As Miyazaki takes the opener pretty comfortably in the end.
21-10.
Just 17 minutes is what it's taken for Miyazaki. Slightly slow start, but from there it's been one-way traffic. She's won 8 points in a row. Make that 9 with a match-winning, game-winning point to 17 minutes.
Cut to 20 seconds. Cut to 20 seconds. Coach.
So Tomoka Miyazaki sailing through
Second
the opening
game.
game, 21-10. In 17
Love
minutes, will serve to get the second game
Play.
underway. Far more comfortable out there on the courts than she did in that opening round, Miyazaki.
She's lightning fast to recover as well. When she's in a stretched position, she gets back to base really quickly. There you go, there's one. That left hand has been on the floor 4 or 5 times in that rally. Miyazaki, she's really under pressure there.
Yamaguchi does that very well as too. She's at full stretch and then has to come back to her position, sort of centralize herself.
Yeah, when I first met or saw Miyazaki in action, she was, as I said, she was a lot shorter. I think her bio, Wikipedia page has got her at 5'5", and she's much taller than that now. It's hard to keep up, of course, when players are still growing when they're juniors. She looks about 5'7" or 5'8", 5'9" even nowadays. But when she was that sort of diminutive, she used to remind me of Yamaguchi, just because she's got the shots. She gets out of trouble when she's in a really desperate situation. She's fast. And of course, she was so small that you draw those obvious Japanese comparisons. She's now developing her own style and
coming into her own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Charging forward.
Service over.
Miyazaki saw an opening
1,
and took
2.
it.
Look at that cross smash. And she's inside the service line for the follow-up, and it was lightning fast from Miyazaki.
Service over. 3-1.
I think it'd be fair to say that Miyazaki now,
2,
since the void that Kento Momota has left, in terms of the face of Japanese badminton, it'd be fair to say that it's Miyazaki who's kind of stepped into that, or is stepping into that position.
2.
Just being used. You see her all over as far as Japanese badminton is concerned. She's the central figure. Yamaguchi, of course, still very much there as well. But, in the center of the posters, on the Yonex billboards, it's Miyazaki now who's taking that position.
Everybody loves a rising star, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, and the fact that she's still a teenager perhaps has to account for that. I mean, yeah, Yamaguchi's still very, very well known and very well promoted and publicised as well. But I see what you mean.
Challenges call out.
She's somehow got the imagination of.
Well, yeah, and I think that goes again back to that terrific junior career and how early she elevated onto the World Tour, and what she's done since then, particularly over the last 12 months or so. Maybe 18 months, 24, 25 has been good for Miyazaki. She's playing those higher tournaments and she's getting past the early rounds at times.
Yeah.
I mean, for a teenager to be inside the top 10, that says a lot.
It is indeed out, and that's an unsuccessful challenge for Su Wen Chi, who is looking for a break.
4.
Instead, it's a one-point game.
Le dernier sur le numéro 1, au gouvernement de Bulgarie, se propose Gabriela et
It's a good shot. Good shot and a poor decision. I think Miyazaki could have covered this in defence. She was almost...
I think she was watching, thinking it would land out, maybe
yeah,
even.
I think so. Just an error in judgment because she was in good defensive position to be able to pick that up.
Tomoka
That's called in as well.
Miyazaki challenges.
Now Miyazaki will challenge. It's called in. The on-court review has been busy early on in the second game. It's in. It's the right
Challenge unsuccessful.
decision by the line judge, and another unsuccessful challenge, this time by Miyazaki, so she has a solitary challenge remaining,
Play.
just like her opponent. Yeah,
Serves over.
good, quick attacking move from Miyazaki, goes for the body shot.
She's been successful in that quick aggression on a few points.
Nice shot, lovely shot from Miyazaki, that
5-6.
one. Lovely angle. Again, able to open up the court really well, Miyazaki.
Yeah, what a great spell for her. Other than that lapse in judgment on the straight smash that she left to fall in, and it's a great call to challenge, although unsuccessful. She's been very aggressive in that style of play over the last few points. It's always a confidence-building sort of position to be in when you're hitting the floor, when you're winning the points. Developing an attack and putting it on the floor. I mean, there's loads of ways to win points. You can be a bit lucky, you've got great deceptions, consistency, and just keep the rally going. And then whatever your opponent does, they can make errors. But to actually have those 1-2 or even 2-3 combos where you put it on the floor and eventually, it's a lot more satisfying and builds a lot more confidence. Wonderful shot.
8-6.
Not much Miyazaki could do there. That was just terrific. She had backed up in defense a little bit too much, perhaps. Left a lot of room.
On the front court area.
Yeah. But again, that's where the sort of game of chess comes in, that cat and mouse thing. From that same position a few rallies ago, she was beaten with that straight smash. So she was backed up in defense thinking, I've got to cover that straight smash. And now Hsu's gone for a complete opposite shot. Next time, for example, we might see Miyazaki just stay in a little bit to cover both, and then whatever comes.
The smash.
Exactly. I mean, that's the mental game that these top players are playing throughout the match.
And does well again. Just goes down the line. Miyazaki at a stretch. 3 straight points now for Hsu and Chu to open up a bit of a gap here. good reactions all around from Su Wen Chi. She was again trying to get Miyazaki to move around a little bit more.
Yeah, it's a shame there for Miyazaki. She actually went over the top for the first time in the match as a deception. Got the results, got the short clear, and missed the court with the smash. Boy, that's close.
11-6.
So it's Su Wen Chi who leads 11-6 at the break. She's on a 5-point run here after a few errors from Miyazaki. It's a 5-point advantage for Su.
Yeah, it's been erratic, this second game for Miyazaki. Some moments of brilliance, some great winning shots. She's put away 3 or 4 on the bounce in attack, and then she's missed a few, and it seems to be winners or errors. There's not a great deal of consistency from the Japanese in this second game so far.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds. Players back on court. Coach. Eleven, 6.
Back on court, it's Su Wen Chi who's ahead by 5. After a few errors coming off Miyazaki's racket in the opening half, something she'll be wary of. That's again, just trying to find the length on the forehand. Miyazaki. Su Wen Chi's last tournament was the Macau Open, where she lost in the second round to Riko Gunji, another Japanese player who's coming up the ranks in women's singles. And before the Macau Open, had 6 first-round exits coming into this tournament. She too has had a very hit-and-miss season, Su Wen Chi.
13.
Yeah, I was just looking at that myself too, actually. 21 singles matches played so far this year. Won 9 and lost 12. Serve was a bit short, and Miyazaki taking full advantage. It took a few shots.
7, 13.
Got to get the basics right here. Su Wen Chi. Yeah, we contrast that to Miyazaki, who's played 38 matches, got a few more, and she's won 26 of them. That's
68%, roughly 70, almost 70% of her matches.
Yeah, impressive year she's having so far.
Especially given the volume, right? She's able to find that kind of success. Oh, brilliant. That's a great shot.
8, 13.
Good couple of points from Miyazaki. Really building the rallies well now. Don't like to see her going for that big attack too early, because that's when she makes the errors. She's not quite on balance. Just building it one more quality shot to get an even easier opportunity. It's a big, important part of this second game now. Still 5 points back. She needs to reassert herself and take a grip on this second game. It can easily run away from her from here.
Yeah. Like you said, just building on these points, playing those couple of extra shots to find the opening. Seemed to be in a rush early on in the second game too.
Yeah, and we saw it in the first half of this second game too. There was 3 or maybe even 4 points in a row that were, you know, dominated by Miyazaki, like the last 3 have been. Just needs to keep some level of consistency and patience.
Oof,
Good rally from
Full
Wen.
stretch. Oh,
She was all over that, Hsu Wen Chi.
13.
That will be tough to take because she really had Miyazaki on the back foot.
Thank you.
all Miyazaki did was just keep playing the shuttle back. That sometimes can frustrate the opponent. Made a 3-point game now.
That's really patient from Miyazaki. 3 clears in a row before going for that drop shot. It seems the interval has helped. Just settling down with advice from the coaches.
Serve's over. 14-11.
It's an important break of rhythm for Hsu Wen Chi. Miyazaki is on a 5-point run there to try and close this gap. She had to disrupt the momentum.
I love the animations from Miyazaki. Every point, win or lose. She lost that one, and there were 3 or even 4 annoyed reactions to herself more than anything.
That's a great hit. Really nice, straight down the line, very clean.
15-11.
Yeah, it was good awareness here from Hsu Wen Chi. Miyazaki had gone for a reverse slice drop shot cross court earlier on in the rally.
Thank you.
And really put herself in a problem of leaving her too much court to cover. She then had the long diagonal to pick up the net shot, and so Hsu knew she was leaving that big space for the straight smash. Good awareness.
Thank you. (15-11).
It's on the line, I think.
Yep,
16-11.
It's a brilliant smash. And that's one thing you can't do much about. With that much court to cover from a defensive position, if your opponent hits the line with a smash and if there's enough pace on it, you just simply can't get it back. The only way you can is if you take a slight gamble and take a step to the right, so you're quicker to cover that.
Oh.
But then if you do that, you leave the left open, so it's just brilliant from Hsu.
12-16.
Just when you were saying that, the pickup from Miyazaki
Be quick.
on that last point, she pretty much took it from the floor and then finds the lift right into the front court.
Need a couple of points for Miyazaki here because she's just going to run out of time, run out of room on the scoreboard.
That looks wide, yeah.
Serve's over. 17-12.
Not happy with herself, Miyazaki.
Hsu Wen Chi looking pretty calm and controlled.
Court.
Oh,
Wow,
Service over.
that's impressive.
13-17.
brought it down really quickly.
That lift from Hsu, that one. If that was an inch or two higher, and only an inch or two, that would have really caused some problems for Miyazaki. She was really on the back foot. To clip that down was a risk, a gamble, another one.
It's also the way she's able to sort of contort her body, get herself in positions, or just to be able to play the shuttle back and keep herself alive.
It's like she's made of rubber.
Oh, that's a nice shot.
It is, but again, it's risky. It has to have the top quality. Otherwise, she's in big trouble in terms of court positioning.
18,
So whilst
13.
it looks great because she's getting away with it, it's a very, it's a low percentage shot for me. It's a bit dangerous from Miyazaki. I think she's playing a little bit too risky in this second game. Bit of luck with the net cord from Hsu.
18-13.
That one before where she was almost contorting herself and played the aggressive attacking shot. Again, dangerous.
Does she need to do it, is the question, right?
She got away with it, so that's great. And we can all applaud the
13.
ability to do it. But if you were forced to do that exact same thing 10 times, I doubt all 10 would have had the same result. I think it's probably less than 50-50, in fact, and it's a little bit of a dangerous
20.
game, and that's another shot from Miyazaki where
13.
there's too much risk involved.
I feel like she's gone off the boil a little bit here. Tomoka Miyazaki. It's 7 game points instead for Hsu Wen Chi, who just stayed calm, played her shots. Showed a little bit more maturity in the game. As she takes it 21-13. The second, and we're going to a third here. Tomoka Miyazaki taking the distance in this match.
Yeah, right at the start we said, you know, this is where Miyazaki is, this is what she can do, this is what she's done, but she's erratic. And who knows what we're going to watch, you know, we've got no clue. You know, that was what we discussed at the very start, and that's exactly what's happened. At times, Miyazaki makes it look easy, and she beat her opponent to 10 in the first, and now she's just lost to 13. And nothing really much has changed. It's just Miyazaki's mental state, if you like.
我觉得节奏刚刚是非常好，所以这边顺风有的时候你推其实不见得要推到位，过了就好。那这样相对他可能下压连贯会比较快，你就是把球放进一样，他不会不要急躁就好。因为我觉得你刚刚节奏其实掌握得很好，对自己要有信心一点，有信心。
因为后面没有排除。那我是不是打这边的时候，我感觉先注意后视一点？
他一定会推你注意后视，但你因为你是攻击，不管你真的把你收到。Clock to 20 seconds. Clock to 20 seconds. Tomoka. Use your feet. Final game. Level. Play. One love. Serve over.
Well, let's see if
1 all.
Tomoka Miyazaki can hold things together. It's all about control for the young Japanese player, which she lacked in the second.
Service over. 2-1. Serves over. 2 all.
That's not shot, well played. Little deception, but a comfortable looking deception. One where she had time to try and outfox her opponents. And that's all well and good. I like that. It's a good choice. It's those higher risk shots. She attempted so many of them in the second game that
Serves over. 3
wasn't
all.
necessarily the strategy.
It's called in. She looks at the shuttle in disbelief. Miyazaki.
Yeah, I said at the start of this one, control is everything. It's all about that word for Miyazaki here, and decision-making. When to go for a certain shot, and when just to keep things a bit more neutral. Accept the fact that you're not in a great position. Play a shot that puts you in a 50-50 neutral position and build from there and work at it to get yourself a winning opportunity. If we think back to the second, for example, Mosh, Wen Chi hit the floor, you know, out-rallied Miyazaki and hit a winner. Wow, that's nice. 2 or 3 times is all I can really remember. The rest of it was just neutral badminton. Miyazaki out-rallied and hit the floor against Wen Chi 6, 7, 8 times. So how did she lose the game?
Yeah.
Right? So if we're only thinking about winning opportunities, Miyazaki's well ahead. It's the rest. It's all of the wild, over-creative choices she's making and those 50-50 types of situations where Miyazaki has tried to make it more like a gamble, like taking a 20% chance
rate,
of
you know,
win.
it just the error rate doesn't, you know, it's way ahead of.
Yeah. It is, and she's got all the ability to neutralize that and just accept the accept the situation she's in and keep it error-free. Play more like Yamaguchi in that situation.
Keep your consistency.
Yeah.
If you need to play cautious, play a little bit cautious, because you know you already had that advantage. Put the pressure on the opponent to play the bigger shots.
There you go, that's a rally where she didn't really do much. Yes, her opponent made an error in the end, but it was a forced error. She was on the back foot, she was stretching backwards, she was off balance, and it was Wen Chi that went for an attacking shot out of position. That's what we saw tons of in the second from Miyazaki. Wow.
Catches the line.
Yeah, bad decision from Hsu. She was there, she could have picked that up. The drop shot was very slow.
Yeah. Just watching the shuttle.
Wasn't meant to be a winner, even from Miyazaki. She was undecided on the back line and just decided to clip it back down and made a late decision. Got lucky there, really. This is more like it from the Japanese. How easy does she make it look without really going for those wild, ambitious winning shots? She hasn't really in this third game. She's just rallying.
Return it.
Trying to get her opponent on the back foot, out of position. She is trying to create the space for herself, the opportunities for herself, but actually Hsu Wen Chi's made the mistake before Miyazaki's even got into that position, so that's great. If she can win those rallies, win those, and take your chances when you've got those easy kills as well, and she could destroy this opponent.
Well, she is capitalizing on the errors of her opponent, that's for sure. Tomoka Miyazaki, look at that. That's now 7 points in a row. She was 3-4 down. And on the 8th straight point, the down-the-line winner, it's Miyazaki who goes into the break. 11-4 in double quick time, really. She went through this opening half of the third game very, very quickly.
You can see my frustration watching her. I love watching Miyazaki. She is potentially a brilliant player. But you can see everybody's frustration. Because that was a perfect game. And yes, she hit that good smash at the end, but it was just a good smash. It wasn't extravagant, it wasn't wild, it wasn't flamboyant or different. The shot was on, it's the right shot to take. She played it well, and she wins the point.
Cut to 20
she can do
seconds.
That, and she's got
to
other things in her armory to win other points in slightly odd situations. And she's got a fairly good defence. It's hugely frustrating when she has a game like she did in the second, when there was absolutely no need to go for all those crazy shots, and she lost comfortably.
But I have to remind you, Bobby, at this point, that she's just 19.
Yeah, well, you know.
I know.
She's here at the Worlds. She's earned her way to that position.
11-4.
I don't know.
You want better for her.
It's time.
You want better from her and for her.
It's time now to accept where she is on the world stage. Yes, she's 19, but she's got enough experience. It's all about experience. If you were physically, she can do it. Mentally, she's had 6, 7, 8 years of this top level of badminton, if you like. That's enough time to now play.
No, I understand. I mean, you compare An Se-young. An Se-young also at 19. She was 19 just a year ago. And the kind of maturity and the kind of thinking she showed behind her game. Miyazaki is not there. Right?
Yeah, I think An Se-young's a little bit older, but I see what you mean. A couple of years ago, when she was 19 to 20.
When she was 19 to 20, she probably... One would think she had far more maturity in her game.
Absolutely, that's right.
But it's also got so much to do with temperament. I mean, you know, some people get into their head a lot more. Others don't. Others can keep their composure, stay cool about it. Some people want to try something different just to like get that confidence back, right? So it's also about temperament and how into your head you get.
Yeah, look, I mean, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. So you're absolutely right. It's just one of those things that is a challenge for Miyazaki. That mental levelness, that composure. She doesn't have a lot of composure. That's exactly what we're saying, I suppose. And look at that, just lovely. Go Jin Wei was the other player. She won the World Juniors at 15 years old, 4 years young. And I think she won it again on her age group as well at 19. And everyone thought at the time, wow, this might be the greatest women's singles player we've ever seen. And she just didn't make it at the senior level. And it was all about temperament and composure and control. Physicality, yes, she's not a big, tall player. She's similar sort of build to Miyazaki and probably a bit shorter.
She's also struggled with health, though, Go Jin Wei. She's had health issues.
Yes.
Which has not helped her cause since becoming World Junior Champion and trying to transition into the senior tour. That's kind of let her down. tried to go independent, you know.
Well, she retired at one point.
Actually retired. So there were various...
But a lot of that, yes, some is physical, but also a lot is emotional and
yeah.
you know, in your mind, and that is challenge for people. That is, you know, what...
7-12.
You can't all be like Fititsan or Lanier, where they come through the juniors and they are rock solid, so cool and calm, and just, you know, take that straight into a senior level. You know, they can't all be like that, I appreciate.
It's gone out. I remember
12.
Victor Axelsen once saying that when he went from juniors to seniors, he was a very angry player. He, like, felt a lot of anger and, you know, wanted to smash his racket every time he lost a point, and learned how to stay calm, not not let his emotions get the better of him over the years, which has then made him a top player, of course, as we see.
Oh no!
She had her.
She did.
13-8.
Well, Miyazaki will take that because she was really under pressure throughout that rally.
Thank you.
Finds some quality from the floor, in fact, Miyazaki. Credit to her with that defensive block. It wasn't very high above the tape.
Thank you.
Not an easy kill for Hsu Wen Chi.
So a 5-point lead for Miyazaki here. Feeling pretty good about her chances now. Oh, come on. That is sublime.
8.
Turns it on.
It's a great shot. That's the thing. When she's in balance and has choices, that's when you go for it. She's got the skills. We've seen that. Whatever shot had come back from that, Miyazaki's still there to cover it, and that's the key. When she's massively off balance and goes for those wild shots cross court, she'd struggle to pick up the next one, and she's under the cosh for the rest of the rally then. That's what I don't like necessarily. She's too good a player to need to do that.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Finding her groove now, Tomoka Miyazaki. 8 clear of her opponent, and edging close to the finish line. It's been one-way traffic pretty much since 4-all in this deciding game. Slowly but surely Miyazaki has built up this lead.
Hsu Wen Chi there was just holding on to that right shoulder for a while. I'm hoping she's not feeling some injury or struggling physically there. Great block, right at the body.
Oh,
even better.
Oh, what a fabulous rally. That was quality shot making from start to finish.
It really was, and credit to both of them. That was a great rally. Hsu Wen Chi did everything she could there. And Miyazaki got herself out of trouble and got herself back on the attack. And it only took one chance. Nailed that cross court.
Well, 4 points away now, Miyazaki.
She likes to do things the hard way, I think, Miyazaki. She just likes to take the scenic route through to the
well, haven't we
round of
said
16.
that about Kunlavut Vititsan as well? And haven't we said that about Cho Chin Chen in the past as well?
Yeah, there's a few players that are happy going to 3.
Wonders.
It doesn't look like Miyazaki necessarily wanted to go to 3, though. You know what I mean?
I don't think anybody wants to go to 3, Bobby.
Well, I think some players are ultimately confident that they can try a few things in the second. If it doesn't work out, we'll go back to how we played earlier and see it through. And maybe it's a risk, but that's how it appears. I don't think Miyazaki's one of those. Feels more like she's won the first comfortably, and now she wants to destroy her opponent in the second, and she thinks that everything she's going to hit is going to come off. That's what it looks like, and it's not necessarily the right mindset on this sort of stage.
She's accelerating in the third now. Missed it. You can see the frustration from Hsu as well.
How many points have we seen that Hsu Wen Chi? Long rally, Hsu Wen Chi's ended up making a mistake without, and Miyazaki isn't going for the lines. Everything was sort of in that middle third of the court there, and she still wins the point, and she's done that in the third 5 or 6 times already. That's what I call sort of neutral points. Either forcing a mistake or finding a way to open up a gap to take it. It's patient, it's consistent. That's great. I think we need to see a bit more of that more regularly from Miyazaki.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Well, she's certainly found her range now. Tomoka Miyazaki, 2 points away from clinching a place in the third round.
Just stood and watched. Just too good. We've seen 2 games where Miyazaki has done this and looked like a real world title challenger. But then there's that game in the middle.
Forget the game in the middle.
Yeah, that's the thing. She can't against Han Se-young, Chen Yufei, Han Yue, Wang Zhiyi. She can't afford to do that.
Yeah.
Service over. 10-19.
Breaking momentum here for Hsu Wen Chi. Service error.
Service over.
Costly service error because it brings up 10 match points
10.
for Tomoka Miyazaki. Smart play from Miyazaki.
Yeah, it's patient again. It's good to see. Long rally, a good shot from Hsu to try and assert herself on the point, but it's brilliant from Miyazaki in return.
Yep, she saved the best for last. It'd be fair to say, because that was really thoughtfully built up. And like you said, Bobby, played it patiently and then secured the 21-10 win in the decider. And it's Tomoka Miyazaki who will be happy to move on to round 3.
Tomoka Miyazaki, 21-10.
She doesn't know what to do with the racket at the moment.
21-10.
Well, look, you've got to win 2 games to win a match.
Yeah.
She did that, so credit to Tomoka Miyazaki for those 2 games she played. She cleaned up the mess she made in the second, so I'm glad she's done that. But you can see how she can lose matches to people that she shouldn't do by making that mess in the first place, and I'd like to see her get rid of that aspect a little bit as she moves forward in her career. Whether she can go on to challenge for the title this week with that erratic behaviour, I'm not sure, but she's done well today.
Miyazaki threw in 3 games against Hsu Wen Chi. On to round 3 she goes. Up next, it's women's doubles, and Erşçetin and Inci of Turkey taking on Matsuyama and Shida, the number 3 seeds of Japan. you're watching live coverage of the TotalEnergies BWF World Championships 2025, coming to you live from the Adidas Arena in Paris. And we're on to our 5th match of the day here on Court 2. It's day 3 action, round 2 action that's coming your way. And it's women's doubles as R32 and Inchi of Turkey take up Matsuyama and Shida of Japan, the number 3 seeds. And of course, one of the stories of the tournament. We'll get into that shortly, but just to look at that third quarter of the draw. And the winner of this Turkey-Japan match will either take on Jung and Jung of Hong Kong, China, or Sung and Yu of Chinese Taipei, with the likes, of course, of Kim and Kong